Oh, ready yourselves. Alright then, welcome guys to the Empire Collective Cup. This is the Platinum League, and here we are with the Viper versus Yellow for game number 1 in their series. And damn, that fly keeps buzzing around my face. Really, very distracting. But anyway, down to the southwest of the map is the Viper. He's playing in the blue, or is he playing in the yellow? Yes, he's playing in the yellow, but we'll put team colours on so we can actually see them on the minimap. He's playing in the blue as the Britons, and that is a civ that he has chosen to play a lot of so far this tournament. In fact, he is one of the driving factors behind the Britons gaining more popularity in recent times, not just in the Empire Collective Cup, but also in Carlos Ferdinand's Balance of Power, which finished a little while back. Viper notably taking the Britons a lot and actually doing really very well with them. And obviously in game number 1 here, the Huns, the Aztecs, the Mayans and the Vikings are all banned, which means that we are going to see more of these civ picks like the Britons, the Mongols, the Celts, and even sometimes the Japanese and stuff like that. So Britain's pick for the Viper, and also the same for VNS Yellow, aka Say My Name. He's off to the northeast of the map. He's playing in the red, and he's also picked up the Britons here on the map, which is El Dorado. This map designed by the one and only Gentle. It's a pretty aggressive map. This is the kind of map that I think is going to be something that Say My Name is going to be, feeling pretty good about. As I was talking about before this game started with the stream, Say My Name, a very incredibly aggressive player when he wants to be, and this is the kind of thing that could really suit him very well going forwards here, perhaps towering up the center of the map, denying Viper the all-important gold and stone, and that is something that this map has a lot not in common with other maps. The center of the map, of course, completely all visible to all players at all times, and it's the only source of gold and stone on the map in its entirety. There's no gold or stone near to the player's TCs, and that of course does force some high aggression towards the center. But if you guys remember back to 8th Wonder, I can't remember who was playing it. I think it was 8th Wonder. Damn it, I can't remember off the top of my head. 8th Wonder, last set of games he played on this map, he lost the center control really early on, but he retook it. And it's not impossible to regain the center if it's tower rushed really quickly. It's not impossible to retake the center even after 25 minutes of game time. We've seen players come back on this map even without any gold whatsoever, using the market and things like that. So it's very important to get the middle, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. You still have an opportunity to pull it back. But against someone like the Viper, I really feel like Say My Name needs to get aggressive in the middle. He needs to hold it down. He needs to make Viper fight for the game. He doesn't want to be the one fighting, but oh god, it's gone 5 minutes. Viper sending his scout up to the right side. Yellow's going to lose a villager, and he didn't have loom there. Not that it would have made much of a difference anyway, but no loom. The scout will get away scot-free. That dock will be delayed, and as a result, Viper's dock on the left side will be up successfully, and Say My Name cannot call a restart because it's gone 5 minutes, and that timing from Viper's scout there was impeccable. Absolutely awesome. Awesome little play by him, and well, I say little play, that was a huge play. That's obviously going to be a really big hindrance to Yellow's economy. One villager down at this point in the game, and he needs every single scrap of resource, everything that he can get if he's going against the Viper here. So off to a really bad start, and that dock now being delayed. Villager walking over once again. That's more villager idle time, and the fishing ships here 2-0 for the Viper at the moment, as these two guys take that extra food. And if we have a quick look at the food graph, you can see just how far ahead the Viper is here. 200 food, perhaps an advantage at the moment. And that's just going to keep going up while he has this fishing ship advantage on the water. So Yellow here, got to be really careful, and maybe now, since he's got that dock up a little later, perhaps he'll try a faster feudal time, but I don't even think that's going to work either, because the Viper is on the way up to the feudal age, and Yellow just doesn't have the food at this point in time. He's got 336 food in the bank, and that is just not enough, sadly, for VNS Yellow. He could drop his food off, he could drop the villagers here into the TC, but right now, this feudal time is going to be slow, and you can see that Viper's already pushed out, and he's already going to take the center, and Yellow going to lose his scout cavalry as well. He's going to lose a little bit of everything today, it seems. goodness me. And I wish I could lose this bloody fly/mosquito that's buzzing around here. I'm like wafting at it non-stop. I look like I'm gesticulating like a crazy person here. But yeah, look at this. Viper's not even had to take his boar yet. He's not even, or his second boar. He's not had to take all of the extra fish. He's not taken all the sheep. So there's tons of food here. And that is the case with this map. There's a lot of food available on this map. So yellow up to the feudal age here. He is up to the feudal age with, I believe, one extra villager. But he's got to still be, trying to catch up on fish. So he's got one more vill. He's caught up in fish, but obviously he was much more delayed with those fishing ships there in the corner. And I think Viper will be very quick here to bring out a... Actually, no, I don't think he will be quick to bring out a galley because he actually doesn't have the wood. He's actually really low on wood at the moment, and often on this map, wood can be a real problem. Viper going to have a little trouble getting secure wood here, and this is actually a decent wood line. I mean, it's not very often you see one like this on this map. The wood can be pretty awkward at times, very far from the town centre, for instance. But since he's come forwards with a barracks, he's going to start making militia. And the reason why I say I thought he'd be delayed on that galley is because I assumed he was going to throw down an archery range as well, or maybe even some towers, which of course would have taken some more wood. But since he's doing militia here, looks like he might go into man-at-arms once this third and fourth militia is out, and he's going to try and hold down the center map control with that. He's also got the scouting information. He's seen the archery range from yellow here, and since yellow in this position has no gold at the moment, he's not come forward to take any gold, and Viper knows that. He knows that yellow is going to be making skirmishes from this archery range, and for that reason he's going to not want to go into archers straight away, and of course he's going to go straight into man-at-arms. Wubba lubba dub dub, says Udder Cow. Oh, I absolutely love Rick and Morty. It's like my new favorite cartoon. It's fantastic. I love it. It's so good. But there's the man-at-arms upgrade. 5 militia out. They're going to be 5 man-at-arms very soon. And this is good because this is going to allow Viper to hold down the center of this map very well. If yellow comes forwards with a tower, man-at-arms attack bonus versus buildings, they're going to tear those towers down very quickly. And again, against a couple of archers here, skirmishes here, which he knows they're going to be skirmishes, they're also going to fare pretty well. Doing scale mail armor right now for +1 defense, and he's moving... Oh, I thought he was moving out, but he is not moving out just yet. But 1 pierce armor, that's going to help him out. An extra 1 pierce armor, I meant to say. 2 pierce armor will help him out against... Actually, no, it won't help him out against the skirms yet. This 1 pierce armor is not going to make any difference to the Viper yet, because if you have a look at skirms here, 2 attack versus 1 pierce armor, that means they're only going to do 1 damage anyway, versus 2 pierce armor, they're only going to do 1 damage anyway. But once yellow goes for fletching, that's when the +1 defense is going to help him out. So right now, the +1 defense on these dudes not going to help at all. And yellow now coming forwards, he's going to build a mining camp here. He's moving out with the skirms, but he's really going to achieve very little. He's going to have to do, pretty big micro. And these man-at-arms, they're invincible, it seems. The man-at-arms champion line, of course, incredibly good against taking down trash. That is one of their main purposes. And of course, the skirmishes are trash, to say the least. But yellow's got a sizable army. He has got 11 military units, but Viper also has 10 military units, and he's pushing forwards with a stronger unit here. So he's going to go for the watchtower. He's seen that mining camp from yellow. He's going to put the tower up here to basically hold this area down. If yellow doesn't get out quickly, he could lose a villager here. This one's very low. Viper opting not to garrison in the tower as he chases these skirms away and solidifies his control over the center of the map with 2 more towers coming down. Yellow right now gonna lose a couple of villagers if he's not careful. This guy here, he's gonna get absolutely shreked down to 1 HP. Come on, Viper, you can get that. Surely he's gonna run back to the TC, and wow, that's a missed opportunity to say the least. But 1 villager did go down on the wood line, and that means that right now Viper is ahead by 1 villager, or temporarily ahead by 1 villager, and it's looking very, very good for him at the moment. Now, on the water, still, there's no real indication of Viper's galley doing much damage. He's actually docked up on the north of the map, moving some ships over there now, and he's actually gone for an extra 1 fishing ship, so that's a boost to food. And of course, that food for Viper here is really incredibly important, because he's making a lot of man-at-arms, and he's currently up to 7 man-at-arms, and obviously costing 60 food apiece. That is not cheap. Couple that with making villagers at the same time, he needs every scrap of food he can get. forget, right now, he's currently all out of food underneath this TC. No boar left, no sheep, no fish, nothing. And since you can't build farms around the TC, he's going to have to mill out here and make farms. But currently, since Viper has such great map control, he's going to absolutely own this fight on the right side. 3 skirms going down almost instantly there as Yellow just gets caught out of position. And oh dear, Yellow's going to get massacred on this right hand side. He just got to run back. But since Viper's got such great map control, he can mill this, he can take food here safely. He's going to be feeling very comfortable in this position. And looking at Yellow's resources, it almost looked like he wanted to do some kind of a fast castle here. He's kind of walled up the left side. He's kind of walled across the front here as well. And I think he's going to, well, it looked like he was going to try and do some kind of fast castle, since, well, he was up to about 700 food, almost 800 food, but he just doesn't have the gold, and he has no way to get it right now. Unless he takes down these towers and finds a way to take these towers out. And with skirmishes, that is not going to happen. These towers will stand the test of time versus skirmishes. So, Yellow has to get to the castle age. He has to make some siege. Either that, or he has to bum rush these towers down with villagers. But either way, it's looking pretty grim for him. It doesn't look like he's got too many options available to him. And Viper at the back with a couple of galleys will probably take out these fishing ships as well here. So, bye-bye Yellow on the water. Viper currently doing wheelbarrow. Of course, as he starts seeding some more farms and such, he's going to be taking advantage of that, getting a food boost. And of course, once that is done, Viper will be up to the castle age very shortly after. So that's archery range, Viper's next target. That is a lot of skirmishers from VNS Yellow. And this is the thing now, if Yellow can get enough skirmishers out, then he might actually have the critical mass to one-shot these man-at-arms, at which point they're not so much of a problem. But either way, Yellow still has a very big problem of having no center control at all, and that is just no good. Right now, Yellow's going to lose his only hope on the water. He's lost his fishing ships on the right side, and Viper's still fishing away, taking the big fish in the north of the map. This is looking like absolute domination at the moment, as Yellow does +1 defense on these skirms, but I really don't feel like that is going to be enough in this situation, really. So I think Viper here quite comfortable. He's keeping Yellow locked in his base. He's got all the time in the world at the moment, it seems, to boom up in the back here with some farms and see what he can make happen. On the right side then, Yellow getting an attack notification. He's not really got any ships left. This last one gonna go down in just a moment. And Viper here, obviously, gonna have to deal with this semi-wall off from Yellow. But Yellow, there you go. He's gonna bum rush these towers. And this is the best time, if any. He sees Viper's armies out of position. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna whack these towers, get his villagers in there. They're taking a lot of damage. And of course, Viper is gonna try and put these villagers in the towers here to help defend. But this is looking like it could be a very, very quick demolition of these towers here. There's a lot of skirmishers in the center of the map, but if Yellow doesn't manage to get these towers down, I think it's game for him. He's got to get these towers some way, one way or another. And with Viper having these villagers in the towers here, a lot of these villagers from Yellow getting very low on HP, very, very low, but it looks like Yellow might just win this fight. He's got so many skirms in the middle here. He may just have what it takes to destroy this army of man-at-arms and take down Viper's skirms on the right side as well. Perhaps he might just make it work, but these man-at-arms obviously absolutely tearing through the skirmishes at the moment. But look at that villager count. It is still very close. 40 villagers for Viper, 37 for Yellow as he goes for this final tower on the right side. These villagers surely going to go down to the man-at-arms here. But that's a lot of skirmishers from VNS Yellow. He's got 23, which is 10 more military than the Viper at the moment. And he's very nearly taken that tower down. Down it goes. But is the economic cost of this attack too damn high? I think it might be. Yellow losing about 5 villagers in that fight. And sure, he's going to push Viper back a little bit. But Viper, well, Viper's still going to activate his trap card in just a minute. He's 65% of the way to the castle age, and you know what he's going to do? As soon as he reaches castle, he's going to go for some knights. And of course, a couple of knights will absolutely tear through this army of Yellow here. Skirmishers alone cannot win the day, but bear in mind now, Viper actually doesn't have much gold. He's got to keep this gold safe. He's got to get enough gold here to actually afford those knights. And there's so many skirmishers, it looks like Yellow might have taken a leaf out of Doubt's book. But certainly, the Castle Age upgrade for Viper here gonna come in at a fantastic time in comparison, and obviously Yellow knows what's next. He's seen the stables, the 2 knights are coming straight out, and we can say goodbye to this army of skirmishers in just a minute. But Yellow, he's not gonna resign just yet. He's throwing up a barracks. He's got 2 now. He's gonna start making some spears because he knows what is coming his way. He knows he's gonna need something here to deal with the knights, and the answer to that, of course, will be the spearmen. But Viper with a siege workshop as well, and I just don't see how this is going to end too well for for Yellow here. But look at that knight actually going down fairly quickly. There's just too many skirmishes here, and with +1 attack as well, not that that really makes a difference here. The extra range will, though. The extra range will certainly make a difference. And the knights, just with the Britons here not having bloodlines, they don't quite have the sticking power that they would like. They're not really getting that many kills. They're legitimately being taken down here, and Viper's throwing away a lot of gold on this. So on the left side, the tower here for Yellow gonna go up, but this siege workshop could be the killing blow. Obviously a mangonel coming out, enough power to one-shot all of these skirmishers if Yellow takes his eye off the ball for just a minute. And with that coming out just now, and all these skirmishers looking incredibly grouped up, Viper getting a big shot there, 6 or 7 skirms going down, and maybe some more as well. Say my name, gonna run away, retreat out of there as fast as possible, and Viper should go back and repair that mangonel now to keep it alive as much as he can. But yeah, Yellow in this position, obviously forced to make a lot of skirms, forced to make a lot of spears. There's very little he can do to get to the castle age now. He just doesn't have the food income. It's going to be a long while before he can afford that upgrade. And with a bit of attack ground magic, Viper's hoping to keep that mangonel alive here. Perhaps going to be queuing another one in just a moment. In fact, I would put an emphasis on making more siege than more knights at this stage because of the army comp of Yellow. In fact, going for a scorpion, which I think is a great decision considering there's more spearmen coming out on the map. And Viper here just looking like he's going to bring this game home, but Yellow just not willing to give it up this easy. And that's mangonel. Looks like it's going to go down, surprisingly. One more hit, and down it will go. The Scorpion here having little effect as well. And Viper, I mean, look at this. Even with +2 defense on these knights, he's actually not quite able to break Yellow here. But in terms of economy, Yellow is very much broken. He's having to throw so many units at this, and I think these knights will deal the finishing blow now as Yellow's army gets absolutely crippled. He doesn't have the food to go to the castle age, and he's going to be stuck in Feudal, spamming spears, spamming skirmishers for the rest of this game, and Viper will eventually overwhelm him. Yellow here, it's time to call GG, my friend. This game is very much over, and there you go, GG in the chat. Viper's going to take game number 1, and what a fantastic game that was. VNS Yellow putting up a fantastic fight, going straight for the middle when the time was right, taking down those 3 towers, managing to mass a huge number of skirmishers, and actually hold off a Castle Age Viper for quite some time. But as Lomas in the chat says, that KD, look at that, 111 kills for the Viper, 31 deaths, and that is a huge KD for such a quick game, really. What a fantastic game, a great start, and Viper, as always, looking very dominant in this set of games. But let's go back and get game number 2 underway. Don't go anywhere. That's going to be coming up in just a minute's time, and that will be VNS Yellow's home map. It looks like my PC